If my kids are in different time zones, as I call it, my older kids, they can come down and still get something nice to eat at 2 in the morning. Don't they, Laura? My daughter's filming. Hi, my name's Gary MacLean and I am delighted to be working with the Science Centre on the SCRAPS campaign. Food waste for me is a great subject. I've done loads of work with it over the years and it's amazing the changes you can make if you look at food a little bit different. Domestic food waste has a real impact on global warming, and in Glasgow I think we should be leading the way to change that, especially when COP26 is going to be with us late next year. So the recipe that I have come up with today is fundamentally me going round my fridges and cupboards and seeing what I've got, and I think you're going to like what I'm going to make. From the ingredients I found, I thought it'd be great to do a kind of cake, a kind of quinoa cake. It's something I've done before, and if you've never used quinoa before, it's really worth a go. And what this does, it almost gives you like a breadcrumb type effect, although everything's mixed in. And it gives you an opportunity to use up loads and loads and loads of stuff in your fridge. I mean, how often have you found half a bag of spinach lying in your fridge, or odds and sods of veg? We even get an apple we can use, some odd peppers, some sweet potato, broccoli stock, which we can use that. It's a great flavoursome bit of veg that everybody flings in the bin, but we're going to use that as a priority. All we have to do to make that mixture is get everything in the bowl, chopped really finely in the bowl, get it mixed. We're going to add an egg, a little bit of spice. I'm even going to give a go with some pinhead oatmeal that I found in the cupboard. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start grating the veg. This is a bit of chop my fingers. So we're going to pop that in. Again, it's just such a beautiful colour. Sweet potato, again, keeping the skin on. Just give it a wash and then we'll get that grated as well. My wife and my eldest son were kind of wondering why I was rummaging through the fridges and started grating bits and pieces together. And then I made these little cakes and they couldn't believe really how scrummy it was. Then we always have veg at home, and what I do when we get that, when we do the shop and we pick up the veg, I blanch and refresh, which means 10 seconds or so in boiling water and then straight into cold water. And what that does is it retains the colour, retains the freshness, but it also means that when you go to use your veg, all you have to do is just very, very easily just heat it up. So just back into some boiling water, or even a few seconds in the magic telly in the microwave. We're going to get this nice and small. Chop, chop, chop. So at home there's loads of stuff I do to save on food waste. Again, it's back to things like planning and looking after your leftovers, knowing what people will eat. I give my kids a choice to a degree. I mean, both my wife and I are chefs, and I normally batch cook, so there's normally quite a lot of different things in the house. If my kids are in different time zones, as I call it, my older kids, they can come down and still get something nice to eat at 2 in the morning. Don't they, Laura? My daughter's filming. So the next thing we need is to get some of that spinach used up. So again, a nice big clump. So this spinach has been pre-washed. I just normally just scrunch it together, run the knife through it. But if I'm cooking spinach at home or flinging it through a curry or an omelette or something like that, I just fling it in whole because it really wilts up. But we need to try and get this cake into a kind of cakey mixture. So we're going to chop it down. I'm going to pop that in. So the good thing is about this recipe, and I will provide a recipe, is that it's so versatile. You can put anything at all. So spinach is in there. The next thing I want to add is an egg. I'm going to add some quinoa. So the quinoa has been simmering or been cooked for about 20 minutes. I'm going to pop all that in. Then I'm going to add some pinhead oatmeal. Again, I think it gives that a really nice kind of nutty texture. But by all means, if you've got some nuts or almonds or anything like that, that would work lovely as well. I'm going to add a little bit of Cajun spice, probably about a teaspoon and a half. Cajun spice I've got roasting, so I always have to be careful with it. So, and then what I want to do now is just mix that together. The last ingredient at this stage is gram flour. So gram flour is made from chickpeas, so it's gluten free, but you could also use regular flour. And what you want to do is you want to add enough flour, so whether it's wheat flour, gluten free flour or gram flour, just to kind of bring it together. It might get a little bit sticky, but. And that is our quinoa cake mixture done. So the next stage here is we want to pan fry our little cakes and then pop them in the oven. So I quite like to use a little pastry cutter for jobs like this. So you get them all the same size, you can press them down. So I've got the oven on. So preheating that to about 190, and I've got a frying pan on the stove just heating up. I think 5 for the first batch will probably be enough for now. This will keep for a couple of days in the fridge as well, so don't lose that. So just check the pan's nice and hot. I'm going to pop in some lovely Scottish rapeseed oil. Again, that's going to give it great colour as well. So we'll pop one in. Looking for that nice sizzle. Run out of room, we're on 4. And we just leave them alone. It's really important at this stage just to let them do their thing. Because what we're trying to get there is we're trying to get the proteins in the egg to set so that the whole thing holds together. Laura, you're doing without in one shot. Again, look after the temperature. You know, if you're instinctively thinking it's too hot, it is too hot, so just turn it down. So we've got a nice colour. Again, just be patient, take your time. Let them do their thing. And if you find it stuck to the bottom of the pan, just leave it alone. It will eventually unstick itself. So it's all about that temperature. You're listening for a nice noise, a nice little sizzle. And what I'm going to do at this stage is actually just pop them in the oven. So probably looking at about 10 minutes. It's not a lot of time. Sorry editor, couldn't find a cloth. So that'll give us time to make our little salad. Again, this is just all the sort of regular stuff you get in supermarkets, these little baby peppers, some red onion, some cucumber and little cherry plum tomatoes. But what I try and do is just do it just a wee bit different, I suppose. So I'm going to take a peeler, I'm just going to cut strips into the cucumber. We're going to pop them in the in the bowl. So we're going to do that with that, and then with the seedy bit in the middle. Again, a lot of people fling that away. and I'm just going to dice that little seedy bit up. And what that's going to do is give just little bursts of flavour and a change of texture. Our little peppers, just going to half them through the middle, and then just slice. A little bit of red onion. And in they go. And then we've got these little cherry vines. Nice and ripe, they've been in the fridge for a couple of days. But to be fair, that's the best way to have them. Loads and loads of flavour, the sweetness is coming out. And then just nicked an apple from the fruit bowl. So we've got a little bit of half a bag of bistro salad, as they call it. So it's a mixture of little shreds of beetroot and stuff like that, but we're going to bung that in. And then I'm just going to mix that together. Loads of different textures in there. The next thing I want to do is I want to make a little creme fraiche dressing. But again, your dressing could be anything at all. So a little bit of creme fraiche. And I'm going to add some more rapeseed oil. A few tons of pepper. Everybody's got this. Don't care who you are, where you are. Everybody has got that bit of parmesan in the fridge. It lurks there for weeks at a time until someone uses it or flings it out. So I'm going to take some of this parmesan. A little pinch of salt, pepper, Caesar dressing. So we're just about ready. The timer has just gone. Pop that somewhere safe. So we'll just let them rest there a little second. Again, I'm going to use up the rest of this later on for tea. But I just want to get enough just to bring that together. So we'll take some of our dressing. Get that. And we take a couple of our cakes. And there we have it. Not bad for a little rummage in the fridges this morning. So we've got a quinoa cake with spinach, French beans, sweet corn, broccoli stalks, sweet potato, and we've got a really nice salad. Again, apple from the fruit bowl, half a cucumber, half a packet of bistro salad. So loads and loads there, and there's enough here, you know, for a lot of people. So it's amazing what you can find at the bottom of your fridge. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.